It was just by chance that the man noticed beans rolling on the table, but this led him to a terrifying discovery. It indicated that the outpost they were guarding was severely tilted. Even worse, the next rotation of personnel was already 3 months overdue. As a result, not only had the outpost's drinking water been exhausted, but there was also little food left in the fridge. To survive, the 4-man team could only eat the bare minimum each day to maintain their basic physical strength. That day, Jack noticed something bizarre on the sea. A ship was quietly approaching, but there was no indication on the radar. Due to the strange situation, the captain immediately ordered the communications officer to identify friend or foe. However, no matter how much Lashy called, there was no response from the other side. Jack speculated that it might be the ship coming for their rotation, but the captain decisively pressed the alarm button. Despite their doubts, the soldiers followed orders and turned the gun turrets. The unidentified vessel continued to approach, and everyone grew increasingly tense. Upon hearing the alarm, the engineer also hurried to the deck. After pondering for a moment, the captain decided to clarify the identity of the other party first. If they accidentally injured friendly forces, it would be a big problem. So, he ordered Jack to drive a speedboat over to investigate. To be safe, he handed his pistol to Jack. Soon, Jack drove the speedboat near the ship. What puzzled him was that this ship was the very one they had been desperately waiting for to replace them. But why was it staying here, motionless? He called out to his comrades as he got closer, but received no response. After a moment of hesitation, Jack decided to board the ship and investigate. He cocked his pistol and carefully made his way to the deck. He then used the walkie-talkie to inform the captain of his actions. But as soon as he stood up, static came through the walkie-talkie. For safety, Jack temporarily turned off the sound on the device. Next, he entered the bridge, only to find it in chaos. All the electrical circuits and communication equipment were damaged. It appeared that no one had been active on this ship for several months. After a thorough search, Jack discovered a large amount of food supplies stored on the ship. In another room, 4 sets of soldier equipment were neatly arranged. It was clear that these 4 individuals were the comrades who had come to replace them. But where had they gone? On the other side, the captain was anxiously inquiring about the situation on the ship, but Jack, who was too nervous, had forgotten to turn the walkie-talkie back on. After repeatedly asking without success, according to regulations, he now had to destroy this unidentified vessel. Since it was out of range of the artillery, he could only launch that lethal weapon. This required both his and Lashy's keys to activate simultaneously. Lashy clearly disagreed with the captain's decision. After a moment of hesitation, she had no choice but to hand it over. The captain inserted the 2 keys and started the computer program. Before long, he obtained the launch verification code. Before firing, he contacted Jack one last time. Fortunately, at this moment, Jack suddenly remembered that he had forgotten to report the situation. He slowly turned on the walkie-talkie and received the captain's message. The emergency was lifted, and everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Jack drove the speedboat and towed the ghost ship back. They finally obtained supplies of food. After inspection by the engineer, it was discovered that the ship's engine had been out of service for at least several months. Where had it drifted from? And where had the crew on board gone? These many questions left everyone perplexed.